The young man released his grip on the gun, fell to his knees and began to cry. I'm not very good at this, am I? All I wanted was to buy something for my wife and son, he went on. I've lost my job, my rent's due, my car got repossessed last month. George handed the gun to the cop. Son, we all get in a bit of a squeeze now and then. The road gets hard sometimes, but we make it through the best we can. He got the young man to his feet and sat him down on a chair across from the cop. Sometimes we do stupid things. George handed the young man a cup of coffee. Being stupid is one of the things that makes us human. Coming in here with a gun ain't the answer. Now sit there and get warm, and we'll sort this thing out. The young man stopped crying. He looked over at the cop. Sorry I shot you. It just went off. I'm sorry, officer. Shut up and drink your coffee, said the policeman. George could hear the sounds of sirens outside. A police car and an ambulance skidded to a halt. 2 cops came through the door, guns down. Chuck, you okay? One of the cops asked the wounded officer. Not bad for a guy who took a bullet. How did you find me? A GPS locator in the car. Best thing since sliced bread. Who did this? The other cop asked as he approached the young man. Chuck answered him. I don't know. The guy ran off into the dark. Just dropped his gun and ran. That guy worked here, the wounded cop continued. George and the young man both looked very puzzled. That guy worked here, the wounded cop continued. Yeah, said George. Just hired him this morning. Boy lost his job. Paramedics came and loaded Chuck into the stretcher. And the young man leaned over the wounded cop and whispered, why? Chuck just said, Merry Christmas, boy. And you too, George. And thanks for everything. Well, it looks like you've got one doozy of a break there. That ought to solve some of your problems. George went back into the back room and came out with a box. He pulled out a ring box. Here you go, something for your wife. I don't think Martha would mind. She said it would come in handy someday. The young man looked inside and saw a ring with a diamond in it. I can't take this, said the young man. It means something to you. And now it means something to you. I got my memories. That's all I need, said George. George reached into the box again and brought out an airplane and a truck. They were toys that the oil company had left so that he would sell them. Here's something for that little man of yours. The young man began to cry again as he handed back the $150 the old man had handed him earlier. And what are you supposed to buy Christmas dinner with? You keep that too, George said. Now get home to your family. The young man turned with tears streaming down his face. I'll be here in the morning for work if that job offer is still good. Nope. I'm closed Christmas Day. See you the day after. George turned, finding the stranger had returned. Where have you come from? I thought you left. I've been here. I've always been here. You say you don't celebrate Christmas. Why? Well, After my wife passed away, I just couldn't see what all the bother was. Putting up a tree. It all seemed a waste of a good pine tree. Baking cookies like we used to do when Martha was here just wasn't the same by myself. And besides, I was getting a little bit too fat. The stranger put his hand on George's shoulder. But you do celebrate the holiday, George. You gave me food and drink and warmed me when I was cold and hungry. The woman with child will bear a son, and he will become a great doctor. The policeman you helped will go on to save 19 people from being killed by terrorists. The young man who tried to rob you will make you rich and not take any for himself. That's the spirit of the season, and you keep it as good as anyone. George was taken aback by what the stranger was saying. How do you know all this? Trust me, George. I have the inside track of this sort of thing. And when your days are done, you'll be with Martha again. The stranger moved toward the door. If you'll excuse me, George, I have to go now. I have to go home, where there's a big celebration planned. George watched as the old leather jacket and the torn pants that the stranger was wearing turned into a white robe. A golden light began to fill the room. You see, George, it's my birthday. Merry Christmas. George fell to his knees and replied, Happy birthday. Hymn 48, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. the service of the church will now be received.